Alright guys, so this video is going to be a complete step-by-step guide on how to start a jewelry business if you're on a budget. I'm going to show you guys how you can easily 3D design jewelry yourself without hiring jewelry designers. I'm going to show you the complete process of how to make custom jewelry from start to finish. I'm going to show you guys what kind of jewelry you should make when you're first starting out. We're going to talk about some very important things you need to know about diamonds. We're going to talk about how you can start a jewelry business from anywhere in the world and much, much more. If you want to start your own business, this is one of the best and safest businesses you can start. We have a lot to talk about. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. Alright guys, so you see these jewelers who have huge stores with crazy inventory and you think you need a lot of money to start a business like this, but that's absolutely not true. You can start a jewelry business with as little as a few $100s and grow that into a big business. And in this video, I'm going to show you how. First, let me show you how to make custom jewelry so you understand the process. Whether you want to make simple pendants for clients, which is what most people order, or you want to make a custom piece for yourself, you can easily design jewelry with a new app called Pencil. Let me show you guys how to design jewelry. So making a custom jewelry design is an easy 4-step process. The first step is to take your logo and convert it into an SVG file. The second step is to import this SVG file into Pencil and make it 3D. The third step is to add diamonds to your design. And the fourth step is to save this design as an STL file. Let me show you guys exactly how to do this. So say that we want to make a pendant of the San Francisco Giants logo. The first thing that we need to do is save or screenshot the picture, and then we're going to go on a site called freeconvert.com. This is the site that will convert our JPEG or PNG file into an SVG file. Go ahead and choose your file. Here it is. Make sure SVG is selected. Click on Settings. Select Black and White. Click Apply. Click Convert. It's going to go ahead and download the file. And here's the SVG file right here. Now let's go on Pencil. Click on Elements. Click Elements. And we're going to upload our SVG file. Click right here. Select your SVG file. Here it is right here. Double click on it. Select it again. So we can change the size of the file. We can make it bigger or smaller. Let's leave it at 5. And we can also increase the width by adjusting the Z-axis. Let's make it a little bit thicker. This right here is good. Click on the green arrow. And here's our 3D file right here. And we just made a 3D file from our logo. Now we're going to add a circle and a bail. Click on Components. Now let's add the ring. Select Plain Ring. Make it 5 millimeters. Let's go ahead and place it right here. Now let's go ahead and tilt it. Let's go ahead and move it a little bit. And let's place it in the center. This right here is good. That's perfect. And now let's add the bail. Click on the plain tapered bail. Select the bail size 8. And let's go ahead and add our bail here. Again, let's go ahead and adjust it. Again, let's rotate it. And that right there is perfect. Next, we're going to add holes and prongs for our diamonds. Click on Stones. Let's select Round. We want this stone right here to be 3 millimeters. Select 3 millimeters. Scroll down a little bit. We want it to be a pave setting. We want it to have 4 prongs. And let's make it show as a white diamond. So select Diamond. And now let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. And let's go ahead and place our first stone. And here you guys see what it looks like. Now let's copy this stone and add one more. Click on the stone. Select Copy. Let's go ahead and place the stone. And here you guys see we place our second stone. Let's select the front view. Now let's do one more stone. I don't want to bore you guys. I think you understand the process. It's very easy to do this. Let's make this a 1.2 millimeter stone. Again, select Round. Select 1.2 millimeters. Click Pave. It's going to be a white stone. And this stone right here is going to have 2 prongs. Select 2 prongs. Let's go ahead and place the stone right here. And we're going to cover the entire design with diamonds. And here's the finished file right here. The app will also give you the weight of the finished pendant. So in 14 karat gold, this will be 32 grams. Let's go ahead and download the file. Click Download. Click Yes. And here's the STL file, which can be printed into wax or resin to make in gold or silver jewelry. That's how easy it is now to make custom jewelry files. This app is incredibly easy to use. It will usually cost you at least $20 to make a file like this with a 3D designer, but with Pencil, you can pay $19 a month and get 5 different STL downloads. And I have a 20% off code in the description under the video. So it really only costs $15 a month, and each file will only cost you $3 to make. Or you can get the $39 a month plan for $31 a month and get 25 downloads. So you can make 25 different custom designs at $1.24 per download, which is incredible. And it also supports the channel. Now we're going to make a custom pendant from scratch. But as you guys see, this logo has separate letters, which are not connected. So this pendant is slightly more advanced and will require an extra step. I'm going to go into Photoshop. You guys can use any program you want to do this. And I'm going to add a stroke to the letters to make them connected. And this is going to be the back plate of the pendant. Let's make the stroke around 40. That's good. And now let's save both of these pictures. Here they both are right here. And now we're going to convert them into SVG files. Here are the SVG files right here. And now we're going to upload them into Pencil. Let's go ahead and upload the first SVG, which is going to be the back plate. Here it is right here. Let's change the thickness of it. Select it. That's good right there. And now let's add the letters. Upload the second SVG. Align it. That's good right there. Let's click on the right view. And let's move it out just a little bit. That's perfect. And now again, we're going to add the circle and bail, add the stones, and our pendant is finished. We're going to download the STL file. And here is our STL file. The back plate allowed us to make the letters connected. Now the next step is to print this file into a wax or resin. You can have a locally jewelry wax printer print these for you if you live in a city that has a jewelry district. Simply type in jewelry wax printing service to find a printer. If you don't live near a wax printer, simply email them the file and they will mail you the wax. It costs around $20 to print this kind of pendant in the wax. Or if you want, you can print this file into a resin using a 3D resin printer like the Elegoo Saturn 4 and castable resin. Let me show you guys the complete process of how to do this. So I suggest you guys get the Mars 5 printer if you don't need to print many models at once. It costs around $200, which is a bargain. And if you want to print more models per print, or you want to print larger models, get the Saturn 4. It's basically the same printer as far as quality for printing jewelry, but the Saturn 4 has a bigger print plate. Do not get previous models because these two models have self-leveling print plates. Before, you would have to level the plate yourself, and if it wasn't leveled correctly, you would get failed prints. These two models are plug and play, so they're a lot easier to use. We will use Soriatec castable resin to print these, which works great. Also, you have to get primer and put a small layer on the print plate. This will make sure that your print sticks. The printer will come with a USB stick, which will have a software called ChiruBox on it. Open the software, copy the settings for the resin you're using into the software, import the file, click Add Supports, click Auto Supports, go back and click Slice, and save the sliced file onto the USB stick. Next, we're going to pour the resin into the print tank, plug in the USB stick, select the file, and click Print. The printer will take about 46 minutes to print this file. Now, be sure to wear a mask and wear gloves when working with resin. This stuff is toxic, so keep it away from people, kids, and pets, and always work in a well-ventilated area. Let's unscrew the plate and take out the resin, and this is what it looks like. The print came out flawless. The next step is to use 90% alcohol to clean the resin. Pour the alcohol in a bin and use the spatula that comes with the printer to remove the print from the plate. Move the print around for about 2 minutes, and then wash it with warm water in a separate bin. Here's our cleaned resin. Do not drain the alcohol or the water because it's toxic. Instead, put it in a plastic bag and throw it out. Next, leave the print under UV light or sunlight for about 5 minutes. And the next step is to cut the supports. Use the clippers that come with the printer and clip all the supports. Don't pull on them. And here is the finished resin print. The next thing we have to do is make this into a precious metal of your choice. This is called casting. Casting is the process of putting the wax or resin in a fine cement, letting the cement solidify, heating the cement to make the wax or resin melt away or evaporate, leaving a hole in the cement in the same shape as the wax or resin. Then pouring melted gold or silver to take shape of what was the wax or resin print. There are casting services in jewelry districts in large cities. If you don't live near a jewelry district, you can mail them your wax or resin, pay them, and they will ship you the casted piece. Casters provide the gold and silver. You just tell them what karat gold you want to cast in, 10 karat, 14 karat, or 18 karat gold, and also what color gold, yellow, pink, or white. You will pay around $3 on top of the gold price per gram to cast. So here's the casted piece. I made it in 10 karat yellow gold. You guys see it weighs 9.3 grams. So the total weight on the invoice was 12.14 grams because I casted this together with a pair of 10 karat rose gold cluster earrings which weigh 2.85 grams. 10 karat gold was around $45 per gram and the total paid was $48.31 per gram. So I only paid around $28 for the labor for the pendant. Everything else was the actual 10 karat gold. So the next step is to get the piece polished and set diamonds into the piece. Let's talk about diamonds. You have two choices when it comes to diamonds. You can use natural diamonds or you can use lab diamonds. There's a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to lab diamonds. People think lab diamonds are artificial or fake diamonds. This is absolutely not true. Lab diamonds are 100% real diamonds. Don't confuse lab diamonds with moissanite or CZs. Natural diamonds are made on the earth by high temperature and pressure, and lab diamonds use the seed of a natural diamond to recreate the same high heat and pressure as in the earth, but using a machine. They are chemically and visually 100% the same, but lab diamonds are sustainable and are environment friendly, and do not fund illicit activities. Lab diamonds are becoming extremely popular and are taking over the diamond industry, and their cost is significantly cheaper than natural diamonds. So let's see how much it costs us to make this pendant. The cost to print the resin was about $1 or so. The price to cast the piece was $449, including the gold. There are 58 stones. It costs $1 to set each stone. Lab diamonds cost around $75 a carat, and there's around 1.25 carats, so that's $94. And it costs $30 to polish this. So it costs us $632 to make this custom pendant. You can easily sell these for double what it costs you to make. So you would find clients and sell pendants like this for around $1,260. Jewelry is a luxury item, and the margins are high. So let me explain exactly how you would do this. You would ask the customer their budget for the piece. Say their budget is $1,650. They would send you their logo, and you would make that logo in pencil and see what the weight would be. And then you would adjust the size of the piece and monitor the weight. Ask them what kind of diamonds they want, and you can calculate the amount of stones in pencil, and you can also calculate how many carats of stones the pendant will have. You would factor in the stone setting costs and labor costs, and you would know how much it will cost you to make this piece. You would then get a 50% deposit from the customer to start making the piece, and when the piece is finished, you would get the remaining 50%. And that second 50% is what you make. You would promote your brand on social media and build a brand little by little. Now, of course, the title of this video is how to start a jewelry business with $500, and you can make smaller custom pieces, or you can make things such as earrings. You can get pre-made STL files for earrings on sites like CG Trader for cheap. We can print the resin and cast them. These are 10 karat rose gold and weigh 2.85 grams like I mentioned earlier. And these earrings have about 1.5 carats of lab diamonds and cost around $300 to make. You can even make things such as custom silver rings and pendants, and these will cost you even less to make. And you can easily sell these for around double. So how do you build this into a big business? You reinvest all the money you make back into the business, and you grow a huge inventory of products. And the best part is that this is all done tax-free. We already have people in our jewelry group making and selling custom pieces, and you can do this too. You can start a jewelry business at any age. You don't need to have any licenses or permits. There are no tariff headaches. And this is one of the safest businesses you could start because your inventory is in precious metals, which at any time can be melted and you get cash for your gold, which is exactly what I will do with this piece. I just made it for fun for this video to show you guys how all this works. And also the diamonds can be taken out and reused. I want to show you guys a casting receipt from a few weeks ago. I paid $44.47 for 10 karat gold, and a few weeks later, 10 karat gold is at $48. So all the labor fees got erased because gold went up. This is why jewelers hold their money in gold and silver. And if you look at how much gold went up lately, jewelers made a bunch of money from holding their inventory. And even if gold went down 10 to 20%, it wouldn't matter because the margins are so big. Starting a jewelry business is not a side hustle, it's a serious career. And the best part is you can use your own creativity and make your own unique jewelry collections, which no one else has. Now, I want to talk about another way you can start a jewelry business, especially if you're overseas, and that's by manufacturing jewelry overseas and also by buying wholesale. So these are 925 silver Miami Cuban bracelets from Italy, which you can get wholesale for around $2.56 per gram. And these are really high quality, as you guys can see. And you can start a fashion jewelry business like GLD.com and many other companies, easily. These companies sell bracelets like this for a lot more, as you guys can see. So the markups are big, and you guys can also start a business like this. You can buy chains and bracelets wholesale and make your own unique jewelry by dealing with overseas manufacturers. And again, you can start with a small amount of money. And you can start buying wholesale chains and bracelets for as little as $250 minimum order. You can get jewelry manufactured in many different countries all over the world, not just China. I go very in depth about how to manufacture jewelry overseas in the course, so be sure to check that out. If you want to learn everything about how to start a jewelry business, be sure to check out the course, which is in the description under the video. It will show you how to negotiate with manufacturers, give you all the wholesalers and manufacturers, and much more. Alright, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Let me know what questions you guys have in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.